Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, friends and family. I consider you all now as part of my family because I'm sharing my deep thoughts with you all, and my vision for this channel is to share deep thoughts. And I actually woke up as early as 3:30 this morning to study, and some of you might be wondering, why do I wake up that early? You know, after carrying out some research, I discovered that, for starters, you win the morning, you win the day, and for me, winning the morning or winning the day is about taking action towards realizing your goals, working for yourself, because most of us, or more than 90%, don't quote me on that, more than 90% of people actually work for others, building other people's empires. So I figured it's high time you try to build your own empire by focusing on your talents and on your gifts. And that's the reason for this channel, which is Deep Thoughts. And secondly, waking up early too, that's when your subconscious mind is most active and you think more clearer, and you're actually more focused on the early hours of the morning without interruptions. If you're a family person like me with with kids, you will discover that this is the best time for you to wake up and build your empire. And the last video I did, I actually discussed or tried to express my concern and my worries about reconciling a profession you have been trying to build for a very long time, 10 years in your life, and reconciling it with what you have discovered that is your talent and is your gift, which for me is communication and leadership put together. So I thought that, you know, it's very important for you as an individual to seek out what you are gifted in and invest your time in, because you only live once in this life, and there's no point living a life that is not filled with happiness and blissfulness by doing something you do for about 8 hours of a 24-hour day of your life. That's parting with an essential part of your life. So I believe you should find your gift and your talent, which for me, I have discovered and have found that mine, hopefully, is communication and leadership. And as Napoleon Hill said in his great book of Think and Grow Rich, one of the steps towards your riches that you can take is actually getting knowledge. So, and speaking about knowledge, we have the specialized and the general knowledge. So, of course, you would want to specialize in and improve on your talent and your gift. And by saying that, I decided to read more, study more, research more on the area of communication, effective listening and speaking. And I actually read this book titled Four Essential Keys to Effective Communication, and by Bento Lil. I wish I could have read this book earlier, because a few days ago I had some encounters with I had an encounter with one of my colleagues, and believe me, if I had read this book, it would have been different. My conversation with her would have been different and more productive and more meaningful, because there's this concept of empathic listening and speaking That's listening with empathy, empathic communication, which essentially you try to communicate with the intention of making the listener or the person you're speaking with feel listened to. So most people, and I had that bad attitude at first by of interrupting while somebody is speaking, which is very bad because it just comes off rude, even though you don't do it intentionally. So it's essential for you to listen and shut your mouth till the person speaks through, and actually, yeah, you actually listen deeply to what the person has to say, because I had this communication with one of my friends too, and who actually requested for some money through a text message, and explained that this, if I do this for him or her, it would change his life, and this is the last time he's asking for money and everything. I just read through, and with my own financial stress, I just got angry with him, and fortunately enough, I didn't reply immediately, because it's advisable not to reply immediately out of emotions. It's good to stop, think, reflect before, even before you type. Give it another thought before you respond. So fortunately, at least I had that skill already. But after I read this book, I got the knowledge of listening deeply, that's go beyond the words of what the person has actually written, because the meaning is more pregnant. What the person is trying to actually pass across is more pregnant, given his circumstances, his history, and everything. You would see that this person is actually telling you more than what he has managed to put down in words, because at times it's very difficult to put down in words what you actually feel and think about. So I thought about this, and I also had more information from friends of that person, and I had to assist the person, not actually based on what the person wrote down in a few sentences, which was rather annoying, and it made me happy, because I understood that person from a deeper level. And as a matter of fact, I would like to read out to you some 5 key steps from this book, 4 essential keys to effective communication, which I think are valuable, because here in Deep Thoughts, which is the name of my channel, I like sharing valuable information. So the 5 steps of empathic listening skill. Number 1 is quiet your mind and focus on the other person as they are speaking. 2, listen fully and openly to what they are saying. 3, listen through the words to the deeper thoughts and feelings that you sense from the speaker. That's just what I was talking about. 4, don't interrupt them when they are speaking to you. That's the encounter I had with my colleague. 5, say back to them in your own words what they said and their feelings that you sensed from them. So those are the 5 key points. I don't want to make this video very long. I can expatiate on this later. So let me know, out of these 5 points, or out of the information I've shared with you, let me know what you felt most important. Let me know in the comments down there, and I don't want to take much of your time, and I know your time is very valuable. As a matter of fact, I'm preparing for work right now, and stay positive, have a good day, and think positive thoughts, because as Napoleon Hill said in his book Think and Grow Rich, you become what you think about. Have a good day. Bye-bye.